or a place, when you live in a society or a place, that there you might have municipal tax like sewage tax like toilet drainage tax, then water tax, the supply of water will provide tax, then you have to provide tax for that. And like local tax, the locality you live in, you have to pay tax for that local tax. That all this are covered in municipal tax. GAV is less from municipal tax. After that we'll get net annual value. We'll get a net annual value, that is NAV. Then a standard deduction is given on this. Government has given a relief to the SSC, that is deduction under section 24, that is interest on loan. Interest on loan means, I'll show you. You have to have patience, because this chapter is linked word by word. I'll teach slowly, and afterwards I'll go through again as I do in my previous lectures. Interest on loan and standard deduction. Standard deduction at the rate 30% of NAV. We get standard deduction of NAV. Standard deduction, that is whatever, suppose the amount is rupees 1 lakh, will get standard deduction of 30,000 directly. Interest on loan, what do you mean by interest on loan? I'll give you a hint about this, what this interest on loan means. Interest on loan is, you have bought a property. After buying the property, you have taken the loan to buy property. You are paying interest on that loan. Such interest is deducted from here. There is a condition for that, how to deduct, how much to deduct, what is the criteria, what is the date, and all. I'll teach you in the next. I'll teach you when I'll teach interest on loan. That will come after doing this format. So have patience. Interest on loan will be deducted, and after that we'll get income from house property. Finally we'll get income from house property. See, put the value, assume x let out property. I'm teaching for let out property. You have given the property on land that I'm teaching. X, whichever will be higher will come over here. Suppose it is 10 and it is 12 will come over here. And after that standard rent, and suppose it is 10, again 10 will come as expected rent, and actual rent is, don't see this, I'm just giving a hypothetical example, and actual rent is again 12. So GAV will become 12 finally. And less municipal tax, assume municipal taxes to be rupees 2, then 2 rupees will be minus from here, and we'll get net annual value, that is rupees 10. And deduction under section 24, assume loan to rupees 2, that will get deduction 2. And standard deduction, the amount was over here 10, 30% of 10 will be 3, so you'll have to deduct that, and then finally you will get income from house property. How to calculate deemed let out property? In deemed let out property, there will be one actual rent column will be missing, because you have not rented it. Actually, the municipal valuation authority have valuated the flat. The fair rent has been valued by the agencies. That will be given in the question. Whichever will be higher will become whichever is higher. And after standard rent, the rent of the area, what is the standard rent for 2 BHK flat will be given. You have to put the value and see whichever is lower, and then it will become expected rent. Then you have to see between expected and actual rent, whichever is higher. Obviously expected rent will be higher, then it will become GAV less municipal taxes. You will get NAV, that is net annual value. Then deduction under section 24 will come. Interest on loan, you might have taken interest, you might have taken that flat on loan and you are not giving it on a rent, but still you can claim deduction under this head, under section 24, interest on loan. And standard deduction is also available of 30% of NAV that you can claim. So you can do this. In it is very similar to LOP. Just in deemed let-out property, you don't have actual rent because you have not rented it actually. In SOP, there will be no column. SOP will be nothing. Only you can get deduction. Only you can get deduction for interest on loan, because you may have taken one flat and you have taken it on loan. So you can take deduction, and on calculating income statement, the total income statement, as I taught in my previous lecture, I thought set off and I thought set off and carry forward to you all. In that, I have given you a chart of house property losses. So this will become a loss. It won't become income from house property. It will become loss from house property, and such losses, I have given you the chart. Please refer the chart right now and see such losses will be deducted from which income head, and you will get benefit. Please note it down. Pause the video. The format is this only you have to follow the specific format. Even the question does not give you municipal value of fair rent. Please write the entire format and go through the format. In the question, in the exam paper also, you write the entire format and fill in the values in it. It will help you. It will go very mechanical, but I know you don't want to go mechanical, you want to go logically. I'll teach you the logic also, so don't worry. I hope you have copied it. I'll teach you a new thing. Vacancy period. Vacancy period means what? At times, the tenant whom you have given the property on rent for a year, that is 12 months, does not stay for all 12 months and leaves the property, say in 10th month, and pays rent for only 10 months, and remaining 2 months he do not pay the rent. What will you do? So to calculate, in this we'll have all this value: municipal value, fair rent, whichever is higher, standard rent, whichever is lower, will become expected. After expected, how to get actual rent? So now I'll show you the formula how to calculate GAV. You may have expected rent, you will get actual rent also. How to get GAV, I'll show you. The formula is, for the vacancy period, actual rent plus vacancy period rent, if greater and equal to expected rent. This sign is greater and equal to, means if it is 10,000 and it is also 10,000, then only the further condition will be applicable. If it is 9,999, the condition won't be applicable. There is another condition for that, I'll teach you. But if greater than, say 10,000 is this is 10,001 rupees and this is only 10,000, so it is greater, so only then this condition will be applied. And also 10,000 will be applicable. Then actual rent, see, I'll demonstrate you also. 10,000 per month for 10 months, 10,000 vacancy period into 2. Assume expected rent, wait a second, assume expected rent as 1,10,000. So we get over here is 1 lakh plus 20,000 that is greater than 1,10,000. So therefore GAV is equal to actual rent. GAV is equal to what? Actual rent. See over here. You might have expected rent. You'll get expected rent. See, whichever is high and standard rent, whichever will be lower, you will get expected. Actual rent, you have actual rent, but there is a formula. So how to solve that sums I'll teach you. While solving such type of sum, just in column of actual rent write W and one working note, and after that put the value of GAV directly over here. You calculate both in like this. You calculate both in working notes and give the working note number over here, actual rent, and after that in GAV you write the amount, that is the actual rent. Actual rent is 1 lakh rupees. I write that amount of 1 lakh rupees, and this is how you will get actual GAV, and after that you will be given municipal tax and all. So don't worry. This was the first formula. But what if actual rent plus vacancy rent is less than expected rent? What if, see, 10,000 to 10 plus 10,000 into 2 is less. This is a less than sign. Less. It is expected rent is assume 1,30,000. So total is 1,20,000. So it is definitely less. How to calculate now? I'll show. Therefore GAV is equal to expected rent minus vacancy rent.